things that you shouldn't do. Hey, boss.
Hey, are you working on that data call?
Yep, I'm tracking the data call. I've got something important I need to take care of first, but I'm on it, boss.
What? We need the data call now.
Time for my mind workout. So a little disclaimer here, we are not recommending that you ignore your boss or all of the daily tasks that you have on your plate, which I'm sure are a lot. But what we are recommending is you make time for an acquisition brain exercise. And really what that means is you go beyond the certifications and trainings that are mandatory for you, and you fit in an exercise just like you would a physical exercise like jogging or working out. You need to work out your mind as well. So this video is all about reading protests as part of your daily acquisition brain diet. And what we're going to recommend is that you read one protest per day. We recommend doing it at the beginning of the day, but anytime in that day, you read one protest. And let's chart this out. Okay, here's maybe some steps you can take to make this one protest per day diet a habit. So first, you want to communicate this with your supervisor. Let your supervisor know that you'd like to take some time off every morning for knowledge growth, that you want to do one protest per day. This will really help set expectations too. Maybe your day starts at 9 instead of 8 because you're doing knowledge growth. I have found that most supervisors allow this because they encourage knowledge growth. Second, you need to fit this into your schedule, into your morning routine. Whatever you do in the morning, make sure you fit this in. And we would encourage you use Wifcon. We'll show you how. Now, we turn this into a habit. So first, do a 30-day challenge. See if you can do this every business day. Don't do it on the weekends, of course. Every work day, do it for 30 days. Don't try not to lose a day. And then do it 60 days. And then try to do it 90 days. And track and share your progress. See how much you're learning. See if there's any growth that you see, and we find that you'll definitely see that you're growing in knowledge. Finally, have someone keep you accountable. Now, the most optimal is if you make it a team exercise. If you're a manager, that you encourage your team to do this, and then you can get together maybe once a month and then share your protests. Okay, so a little disclaimer here: we are not sponsored by Wifcon. We just think it's a great tool, especially if we're talking about daily mind exercise. Okay, so let me explain. This is the main web page here. We have 3 columns. So the very right column are all of the new kind of news articles, reports that come out, and notice it's pretty current, right? And so on the very left side, we have regulations, new regulations that come out, also very important. I do want to focus though on this middle column. So this middle column are all of the most recent protests. So as the date of filming is January 26th, see, the most recent one was yesterday. Very, very recent and relevant protests. So you can see as you scroll down, you got Government Accountability Office. You just hit that right there. Okay, and as I mentioned earlier, GAO is a little more, well, this one's 19 pages. Sometimes it ranges from 5 to 19, right? And you can scroll down and actually read that case. Okay, so you can scroll down. You can also see, there's a Court of Appeals for the Federal Circuit right there. Court of Federal Claims is right here. So we got, different types of courts, which will be written a little differently. Now you can also go right here in this little box and hit legal. So this is pretty interesting. So this kind of goes into a little bit more search terms. You have the protests here, but you can also look at the protest. So if you look at legal here, there's a little protest button. Let's click on that. And then you can actually search protests. So notice here, it's kind of hard to see and small there, but you can do it by FAR, by issue. So let's do by FAR. Let's say you have a part of the FAR that you want to research. here's all the parts of the FAR, right? So let's say we want to look at something in, let's say competition requirements, and we want to do a J&A. So justification 6.303. All right, you click on that. It's going to give you a list of all, and the first one's going to be the most recent, and all of these protests that have to do with justifications, 6.303. So great research tool if you want to start your day by looking at a specific topic. So let's not do the FAR, let's go by issue. Okay, by issue here, you have a whole bunch of issues. Let's say you want to look at FAR cases on the Buy America Act. You can click on that. It'll show you a bunch of cases on Buy America Act. We got competition, J&As, definitions of an offer. That sounds pretty cool. Hub Zone Program, right? The Oceans Act of 1992. What? You want to learn about that? You just click on it. And it's got some protests on the Ocean Act. Well, it's got two. Sounds pretty interesting. So anyway, bunch of issues you can research that way. Now what I usually do, unless I'm researching, I'll use this part, but I just keep it simple. Just go back to wifcon.com here, and I just go to this early part, and usually I'll pick the most recent case, and I'll go for it. Well, hopefully this video was helpful for you. We do recommend you take that 30-day challenge, and then the 60-day challenge, and then the 90-day challenge. But remember, only you can be responsible for your own growth. And reading a protest a day keeps the protests away. Till next time.